Sleeping 8 hours a night may be aging you faster, so might sleeping 5. A study just published in Nature tracked 73 aging clocks across 17 organs in nearly 500,000 people and found that window most sleep-wise has never accounted for. And where that window sits isn't what anyone expects. This is Monorex. Today, what that window is, how researchers found it across an entire body at once, and what it actually means for you. Let's go. Here's what makes this study different from anything before it. Most sleep research asks what sleep does to the brain. This one asks what sleep does to the entire body. Researchers from the MULTI Consortium, led by scientists at Columbia University, pulled data from nearly 500,000 adults in the UK Biobank, one of the largest health databases ever assembled. Then they used machine learning to build 23 organ-specific aging clocks, using brain scans, blood proteins, and metabolic data spanning 17 organs. Your brain has its own biological age, so does your heart, your lungs, your liver, your immune system, each one measured independently. And when the result came back, the same unexpected pattern appeared across the whole body. A U shape. A U, not a straight line, not a slope. A U. Picture a graph, hours of sleep along the bottom, biological aging along the side. On the left, people are sleeping under 6 hours, aging ahead of schedule, across multiple organs simultaneously. On the right, people sleeping more than 8 hours, the same pattern, biological wear, accelerated. And at the very bottom of that U, where the aging signal was lowest across the body, is that number most people wouldn't predict. We'll get to it in a moment, but first, both ends of that U carry a cost, and the right side is the one almost nobody discusses. Short sleep first, under 6 hours a night, was associated with accelerated biological aging across the brain, the heart, the lungs, and the immune system simultaneously. Not feeling tired, not reduced focus, biological clocks running ahead of where there should be, across multiple organs at once. The same short sleep patterns were associated with higher rates of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, depression, and heart rhythm problems. The biological markers suggest your body carries that cost with it night after night. Now the part that surprises people, because if shorter sleep is harmful, the obvious answer seems to be sleep more. But that's where this data gets interesting. Longer sleep, consistently more than 8 hours, night after night, showed the same U-shaped association with accelerated aging across multiple organs. The message for years has been more sleep is always better. Catch up on weekends, sleep in when you can. The data here points in different directions. Both extremes, too little and too much, were associated with higher rates of lung disease, breathing disorders, depression, and diabetes. Not just the brain, the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, organs most people would never associate with sleep. The researchers noted this in Columbia University's official release. Both insufficient and excessive sleep may be markers of poorer overall health across the body, not direct causes, but signals that something in the body's broader system is off. Your body appears to do best not by sleeping more or less, but by sleeping the right amount, consistently. So what is that number? Here is the range those 23 clocks keep pointing toward, across 17 organs, across nearly 500,000 people. Not 8 hours, not exactly 7, not 6. The lowest biological aging was associated with sleeping between 6.4 and 7.8 hours, a window just under 90 minutes wide, a range that varied somewhat by organ and by sex, but consistently appeared as the sweet spot across the largest sleep-aging dataset ever assembled. Think about what that means. If you've been running on 5 hours because you believed it made you more productive, this data suggests your organs may have been carrying a biological cost for that belief every single night. And if you've been sleeping 9 or 10 hours because more always seemed like the safer choice, the cost may have been just as real, accumulating through different organs and in different ways. Neither extremes appear to be neutral. Only the window shows the consistently lower aging signal across the whole body. Most advice about aging asks you to rebuild your entire life. New diet, new workouts, new routines. This asks for something much smaller. A window somewhere between 6.5 and 7.5 hours. The center of that range held as consistently as you can manage. Not perfectly, consistently. Not because science has proven this will slow your aging, but because across one of the largest sleep aging studies ever conducted, that's where the lowest aging signal lived. That's not a guarantee, but it's the strongest target that data has given us. If this changed how you think about tonight, stick around. This channel is where I break down what the latest research actually means without the hype. One question, and I want an honest answer in the comments. How many hours did you actually sleep last night? Next week, we are diving into a much deeper frontier, the science of cellular rejuvenation and reclaiming your natural energy. It's not just about sleep anymore. It's about optimizing your body's biological potential. You won't want to miss this. See you there.